inevitable reality that people have to learn.
It's an inevitable reality, and I don't think most people are even considering that they're replaceable or going to be replaced.
And seeing it early enough to pivot and make it work. Absolutely.
It needs to cross your mind.
Yeah.
The one good thing about something like artificial intelligence is if you position yourself now, if you get in a position where you can use it before other people can, then people will hire you to use it for them. Work with the machines. You don't have to work against them. You can work with them. But firstly, you need to learn how to use it, and we will teach you inside of Hustles University, which you can access. But once again, most people are stupid, lazy, or arrogant. Artificial intelligence is not too hard to use. You can join our school, and we'll teach you exactly how to use it. Only 5% of people will be too stupid to do it. The majority of people are too lazy to do it. They're too lazy to join my school. They'll sit here and listen to this whole podcast, and then I'll say, I have a school which will teach you how to use the machines to print you money. And they're still too lazy to go and learn, and they're going to wonder why they're broke forever. Or they're too arrogant. I don't need the AI. Oh yeah, it's probably something that'll exist and it won't affect me. Good luck, friend.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. And I love that you guys make it an affordable price point and people can...
It's $49 a month. There's absolutely no excuse at all. The only reason people do not benefit from Hustles University and make enough money to escape the matrix is because they're lazy or arrogant.
And you guys have hundreds of thousands of members.
Hundreds of thousands of students.
Recurring revenue.
Recurring revenue. 223,000, I think, this morning.
I'll let people do the math.
Yeah,
That's
we're
awesome.
doing okay.
All right, now switching gears a little bit, you know, everyone knows about the famous story of you getting thrown in jail.
Yes.
Talk to me about that story. Did you see it coming? Were you warned? Or was it just boom, like that, one day everything changes? Talk to me about the day you went to jail.
I knew they were going to try and put me in jail for something. I didn't know it was going to be as insane and crazy as it was. I had prepared for it the best I could, but I wasn't ready for the level of matrix attack I was subject to. I was hit with an Interpol red warning. Like I was hit with #1 terrorist level attack, which was very interesting. But yes, I was in Dubai. Life was relatively good. Life was too good. I said to Tristan, life is too good. Something is going to go wrong. He didn't actually agree with me. When we got to jail, he understood I was right. But we were sitting, I remember, we had this mansion, and we had haggled for this mansion. This mansion was, I think it was $100,000 a week to rent. And we rented it, and then some guy came and offered $150, and then we offered $200. And in the end, we ended up paying $250,000 a week for this mansion.
So $1 million a month.
Yeah, so we had this mansion on the Palm, because whoever this other person was trying to get it off us. And my brother, being my brother, had found these, 20 girls from God knows where, and they're all in the pool, and we had our staff and our cigars and our shisha and our masseuses, and my Bugatti's outside, and I bought a McLaren and a Ferrari just because I was bored, and we're in Dubai, and everything is going perfectly well. And I said, Tristan, something bad has to happen soon. And he goes, why? I was like, look at this. Look where we are. Who are these girls? What are their names? Like, everything is too good.
Yeah.
Something has to go wrong. That's just how life works. He's like, what could it be? I was like, well, what's the worst case scenario? And the worst case scenario is that one of us dies or gets in trouble. So we agreed. It's like, okay, for the next 6 months or so, we don't go anywhere alone. You go bathroom, I go bathroom. You go restaurant, I go restaurant. We roll as a team permanently. We're like, okay, good.
Ride or die.
Ride or die. So we had decided something bad was going to happen. And I had already told many podcasts before that and made it clear that you get 3 chances, and the second chance is put you in jail. And I was like, they're going to try and put us in jail, but how can they do it? I don't take drugs. At this point, I stopped drinking.
Had you ever taken drugs?
Never in my life. I've never tried a drug in my life.
Never
even
smoked
tried weed. Never.
No interest.
I know somebody that's going to sit and say caffeine and nicotine are drugs. Correct, technically. But I've never tried any illegal substance in my life. Never tried steroids, none of them. So I've never tried drugs. I've always been...
No test.
Nothing. I've always been firmly anti-drugs. Maybe
Why?
It's a good question. Maybe it was the DARE officer. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I've always been super anti-drugs. I just felt like if I try the drug and I like it, I now want the drug,
right,
which has to be bad for my life.
Right.
And if I try the drug and I don't like it, I'll wish I never tried the drug, so why try it? So I just never tried it. Plus, I was a professional athlete for so long. And when you get to a certain age, having never done drugs, I got to 31 or 32 and I'd retired and I'd never tried drugs. Do I really need to start now? Plus, some of the drugs, speaking as somebody who's a complete layman to these things, I don't know drugs. But some of the drugs look semi-appealing, but some of them really don't. Like cocaine, I look at and I think, okay, if that gives you confidence and makes you feel hyper and happy, I can understand why that's attractive. But everyone I know who's ever done cocaine acted like an idiot, and I didn't want to be an idiot, so I've never been tempted by cocaine. And then MDMA or whatever these other ones are, ketamine or whatever, you just lose your mind and jump up and down and sweat a bunch. That doesn't look fun to me either.
Right.
Weed is the least appealing of all because people say, oh, but it's only weed. But why would you want a drug that makes you just want to sit and watch TV and eat food? I could do that without drugs. I could be a lazy idiot without drugs just fine. I mean, magic mushrooms, okay, I think anyone with a brain would sit and go, the idea of taking a mushroom and the whole room changing would be kind of cool, but I still refuse to do it. But the drugs that most people take, I don't even understand why they take them. Most people have such terrible choice in life, such terrible choices, that even the drugs they choose to use are crap. I don't get it. Magic mushrooms, enter an alternate reality, fine. But to smoke weed just to eat Popeye's delivery and watch TV, I do not understand. So I've never been tempted by drugs, never did it. So I couldn't understand how they were going to put us in jail, but I knew it was coming. We left London, flew to England. I did Piers Morgan, called him an idiot. Left London. Left London, and I was deciding, do I go from London directly to Dubai, or do I come back here to pack a suitcase? And I flew back to Romania to pack a suitcase. I was here for 8 hours, called Greta Thunberg stupid with the pizza, and then got picked up in the morning. My jet was on the runway, fueled, and the police picked me up about an hour before I was supposed to go to the airport. So they had been intending on arresting me for a while, I understand.
What time was it that they came and got you?
5 in the morning.
Were you sleeping?
I was asleep, and you know, when I have armed security at the house, and when I heard my door being busted, my instant reaction after being woke up, when I heard my door getting busted open, it was like, they've killed my guards. Because I didn't know if it was the police or the other team.
Right.
And I got my weapon and they bust in the door, and obviously there's a bunch of them, they're all masked up with shotguns, etc. When I first saw the police, it was genuine relief. I thought it could have been I'd rather the police than crazy Albanians.
Right.
I really thought it might be the other team. So when I first saw the police, I was like, thank God it's you. What do you want? And they're like, oh, get on the ground. I'm like, yeah, I'll get on the ground, whatever. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
And then I worked out I was going to jail for human trafficking and all this insanity. And I've told the story a bunch of times, but I don't think I took it that seriously for the first 3 or 4 days.
And Tristan was there with you.
Tristan was with me. When we first went to jail, we were separate, but during the arresting process, when they were searching our house and stealing all of our stuff and taking our cars and taking all our diamond watches and everything, my brother and I just kept looking at each other like what is going, this is some sort of mistake, but this is garbage, we'll clear it up quickly.
Yeah.
And we learned obviously that wasn't the case, and they dragged us to jail and they threw us in separate jail cells, and because of the time of year it was just before New Year's, so the translators weren't working. So all the paperwork was in Romanian. I didn't even know why I was in jail. I just knew I was in jail for human trafficking. I didn't know who, I didn't know when, I didn't know anything for almost a whole full week till I found out the true insanity that they had stuck on me. And I knew it was a Matrix attack, but I guess to this day, even now, I'm still kind of impressed how they've managed to construct such a garbage narrative out of me and my brother telling people we know what time to do TikTok to be popular. I mean, that's crazy. But that's how the Matrix operates, right?
And they didn't even show you, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the paperwork when you went to jail was like not even in English.
Oh, it's all in Romanian. Yeah.
So they intentionally did it in a way to minimize your ability to navigate.
Well, the truth is this. I don't think most people at home understand, especially if you're a man, that all men are guilty all of the time. Every man in this room is guilty of a sexual crime. Because the sexual crimes are now so subjective and they're so open to interpretation that if you upset the government and they want to attack you, they will put you in jail for one of those crimes because it damages your reputation. And a lot of these crimes are so subjective that it's impossible to even quantify what they are anymore. They can call you emotionally coercive. What does that mean? That means you're nice to a girl so that she does something for you. So if you say, please, baby, can you make me a coffee? You were emotionally coercive. That's what they could do if they wanted to.
Sure.
And when you understand that they use the process as a punishment, I say this to people and they say, but they can't put you in jail for asking your wife to make you a coffee. I said, no. They probably won't put you in jail with that, but they will accuse you of being emotionally coercive. They will arrest you. They will put you in the media. They will slander your name. They will make you pay millions of dollars of legal fees. They will make you waste years of your life on bail. And then you get to walk. Oh, great. Lucky you. The damage has been done. The process is to punishment.